In another video, we talked about instrumental case noun endings like these. Она пьет кофе с молоком. Были бутерброды с колбасой. Она говорила с друзьями. But sometimes you'll want to describe things that are in the instrumental. So let's look at the endings you'll need for adjectives and other modifiers, and how two spelling rules can also be important. The basic ending for masculine and neuter adjectives is spelled im or im. As usual, the im ending is used after hard consonants. So we have новым, старым. And we'll use the spelling im after soft consonants. That basically means adjectives with the suffix ни. Последним, синим. But the 7-letter spelling rule will also come into play here. Let's remember that after these 7 letters, we never write «ы». We'll always use «и» instead. For example, хорошим, большим. Next, the feminine singular endings. Normal rules apply. We'll use «ой» after hard stems, новый, старый, and «ей» after soft stems, последний, синий. And as you may have noticed, the endings for the instrumental feminine adjectives and nouns are the same. It's kind of unusual. And here you'll want to keep the 5-letter spelling rule in mind. We don't use unstressed «о» after these 5 letters. So we'll use «ей» as our ending here instead. Хороший. And we can contrast that with the instrumental feminine большой. Now, why can we use «ой» in большой here? Well, it's because it's only the unstressed «о» that's involved in this spelling rule. Since the ending in this word happens to be stressed, we can go ahead and use the default feminine adjective ending «ой». Now, some people find this kind of tricky, so it may be a good idea to memorize a little phrase like this. Он доволен большой, хорошей книгой. Or make a flashcard with this phrase, and be sure to include the accent marks to remind you of why the endings of большой and хорошей are spelled differently. Other modifiers look almost exactly like these adjective endings. So we have этим, этой, тем, той, одним, одной, чьим, чей. Though pay attention to one small point here. Notice how the stems of этот, тот, and один soften in the masculine and neuter forms, as well as in the plural. Now let's take a quick look at the possessives. There's nothing too difficult here, since they take the same endings as the adjectives that we've been looking at. Моим, моей, твоим, твоей. И краткое counts as a soft consonant, so we'll use the spellings им and ей here. Нашим, нашей, вашим, вашей. We're using im here because of the 7-letter spelling rule, and we're using the spellings with ye again here because of the 5-letter spelling rule. And one last note here, you may occasionally hear an alternate form for feminines, ою or ею. For example, новою, душою, мною. This is an older form. You can see it in Pushkin's poetry, for example, but you can still hear it in modern poetry or in songs. So you should recognize it, though you probably don't want to use it in everyday conversation. Now, if you can handle just a few more endings, let's look at the plural forms. They will be easier because we don't need to worry about gender. We'll use ими after hard stems, новыми, старыми, and ими after soft stems, последними. And we'll also see ими in words like хорошими, again because of the 7-letter spelling rule. And other modifiers in the plural have similar endings. Этими, теми, одними, чьими. And last but not least, the question words. Кем, чем. С кем она говорила? С чем пьют белое вино? Summing up, basic endings for instrumental modifiers are im for masculine and neuter, and ой, ей for feminine. Be sure to use im after the letters of the 7-letter spelling rule and after soft stems, and ей after soft stems and letters of the 5-letter spelling rule if the ending's not stressed. The plural ending is the same for all genders, ими or ими, and do watch out for that unexpected softening of the stems in words like этим, этими, тем, теми, одним, одними.